All right, welcome into Market Day Report. I'm Scott Shelly, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Hey, what a week it's been, right? Oh, my word. And I can tell the investors and the general trade is nervous because going home last night, my phone was full of rumors about what might be happening here, there. Everybody's scared. Guys driving away, supposed to be taking today off, saying, hey, should I turn around and what's the world going to look like tomorrow? So that means to me that things are just kind of on tenterhooks here. Let's see what's happening in the ag markets first. So let's take a look at the row crops. How about corn? See what that's doing here. Up 3.5 cents, 3 cents now. It's kind of settled down a little bit. 6.44 3/4 in that March contract is last. 6.44 in May is last. That's up 3.5 cents there. So this looks to be settling down just a tad. How about soybeans? Well, I did the radio show this morning. They were up 16 cents. They've given back about 10 of that right now, it looks like, at least. We've got March up 4 3/4 cents to 15.79 even, and that is going to be just, that's in the middle of the day's range, actually. 5.5 cents higher in May, 15.82 is last. Let's see, let's go to wheat. Let's going to see what that wheat table looks like. Wheat's going to be a little higher here today, or at least it was last I checked, and that's double digits. We can count on that to be good. 13 3/4 cents higher in March, tacked on some real estate there. 7.85 1/4 is last. 13.5 cents higher in May, 7.92 1/4 last there, and that's about 5 cents, 5-6 cents off those highs. So we'll keep an eye on those for you. How about Kansas City? Hard red wheat down there, trying to have double-digit gains. We do in September. 9 1/4 cents higher in March, 8.10 1/4 is last. That's about 4 cents off the highs. May's up up 9 3/4 cents to 8.13 1/2. Let's take a look at the spring wheat real quick. Spring wheat in Minneapolis, 10 3/4 cents higher to 9.53, 3.5 cents off the highs. May's up 11.5 cents right behind it at 9.49 3/4. And let's just see, the cotton market's been kind of quiet today. It's up 11 points to 125.77. And let's bring in Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading. He's in Chicago. Todd and I go way back to the days of open outcry when, standing next to each other, sweating to death. Todd, if it would have been back then, I think I would have been probably about 80 pounds lighter this week because it's been absolutely crazy. But now we get to sit in front of these computers and listen to the air conditioning hum. But what are your thoughts after seeing the action? I mean, this feels like the market's nervous. All of them, whether it's ags, interest rates, or equities.
Well, first, I think Tim Ross should make a picture of you and I sweating in the pit. But look, I think that it's very wild. And again, the higher prices get, the more volatility that you see. And, we have a lot of nervous things going on in the country right now. And they're creating these much bigger swings. But again, prices go higher. Volatility is just naturally more higher. And, again, there's things, as you mentioned, going on. But prices look great, and it looks like we want to go higher. And every time they try to sell, what happens? The buyers come in and push them up again. I mean, yesterday we were up big in the morning, turned around and actually closed lower. Overnight again, we're up. And I think we were down at one time at some point today, and now we're up again.
We were.
And I think that the overwhelming strength is to the buy side.
Well, and everybody wants to say, was it a blow off top high and we closed lower yesterday? That's a bad technical sign. Yes, we did. But you know what? There was an impetus for that. It wasn't just natural market reactions for some of them. I mean, we had Conab and the beans this morning, and then we had Mexico saying we don't want any birds from Indiana, right? Or, so those type of headlines are spooking the market in our ag world. You got Bullard from the Fed spooking the market over in the equity world and in the interest rate world. So a lot of these things aren't just natural market technicals, being read by traders or algos. A lot of it is actually generated from some of these headlines. So we're going to leave it right there. We got to go away for a quick break. But Todd, stay with us. We're with Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading in Chicago. We're going to go away, pay some bills, and come back and talk livestock after these messages. Welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Scott Shelly, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. We got about an hour and 10 minutes. Cow Guy close, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. You got to tune in. Man, it's been a busy week. We're going to go over everything that's happened this week. We're going to give you the closing prices for the week in the ag markets. I mean, what better could you ask for in a jam-packed half hour? Okay. Thanks for letting me get that off my chest. How about a live cattle market? Let's move over and see what's happening in these markets, because these markets are your money. April live cattle off 82 cents here at 146.05. That's plumbing the depths here, getting close to the low of the day there. June's off 47 cents at 141.12. It's quiet, but still we're on the wrong end of that stick. It's a little easier looking towards the lows. Feeder cattle, let's take a look at what's happening over there. Still not a ton happening, not a big trade here, but that March contract off 45 cents. We're last is 166.27. We are, again, getting close to the lows there, about 25 cents away, 20 cents away. So let's keep an eye on these prices, too, for you. And then how about lastly, let's take a look at lean hogs. Clean Hogs got April off 80 cents at 102.62, and that again is 60 cents off the lows. May's off 90 cents to 106.80, and that's about 70 cents off the lows there. So a little bit of a negative tone here, Todd, in these livestock markets. What do you think?
Well, I think, look, first of all, it's a little bit negative today because they were higher and now they're lower. That's never a great sign. However, look at the prices where we're trading. I mean, we're trading at great high prices, and you're going to get some pullback. I mean, if you take a look at the actual technicals and you look at a chart, you see that fat cattle almost went straight up. It has to come down a little bit and become another buying opportunity. And feeders have been, steadily moving higher. I think it looks good. I think the complex looks good. I have one concern, which we've talked about it many, many times. My only concern is if this inflation does not get under control and they do it the wrong way, which is by raising rates, which I do think they need to be hiked. However, that does mean that even another additional problem for farmers to put on their input costs, higher rates.
Don't get me started, Todd. I mean, we've got an energy problem because of a bad energy policy. We've got this inflation problem because we've got a bad monetary policy. And now we're going to raise interest rates on mom and pop that had nothing to do with any of that policy at all to try to carve out inflation.
That's correct.
That's what you and I have both been afraid of that. And I just don't think that the Fed's going to be able to thread that needle. So that makes a lot of these prices, I think, vulnerable, because if you see this economy really start to tail off, then obviously you're going to see some of these products go with it. So we have to keep a real close eye on what's been happening over there. That was a strong CPI. You got 10 seconds. You want to say something?
It's just sad that we had the solution right in our own country. We could fix it in 5 minutes and be ready to go and cut the inflation by at least 50%. But
yeah, well, you know what, Todd? That's called common sense.
There's my 10 seconds.
It's called common sense. I own the website, commonsensocrat.com. I'm not kidding you, because we don't have it anymore. I thought maybe that'd be a good idea to own that website. So if anybody wants it, you know where to come. All right, thanks for that's Todd Horowitz for Bubba Trading in Chicago. Let's bring it back to Nashville so I can throw this over to Suzanne.